So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology, and welcome to my Samsung Galaxy S20 FE 5G unboxing. So yeah, pretty long name. FE actually stands for the Fan Edition. Now this one's gonna run you right around 699 bucks, but that's without a trade-in. You likely have an older phone, and you can knock a lot off the price of this device. So this is an important phone for Samsung right now, mostly because a lot of people are looking for cheaper phones right now, and the S20 that launched around $1,000 is just too high for people. Same goes with the Note series and some of those other Samsung devices. This gives them an option for you that not only gives you a lot of great specs, but also gives you a more reasonable price tag. Still not the cheapest out there, but you're getting a lot for your money here. Now you can see the package contains a Samsung Galaxy S20 FE 5G, a wall charger, quick start guide, terms and condition. Samsung doesn't really print the specs anymore, so I'll give you a quick rundown of what comes in here. This is going to come in 6 different colors. You have the cloud navy, you have the cloud lavender, cloud mint, cloud red, cloud orange, and cloud white. So pretty nice amount of colors. And the key specs are a 6.5-inch OLED display that's going to be Super AMOLED. This also does have a 12 megapixel triple camera with an ultra wide. It also has a 32 megapixel front facing camera, so that's going to be pretty sweet as well. 6 or 8 gigs of RAM, comes with an Exynos 990, or you can get the Snapdragon 865 if you are depending on where you are shipping this device to. And you can see I did go with the cloud red. Right away I can tell you the box on this phone doesn't feel quite as premium as something like the Galaxy S20. It's not the black box. It just doesn't look as quite as nice presented as those devices, but still, it's pretty similar. It's just a different color, but it still just doesn't look quite as premium. So if we open this up right here, you can see some quick start guides right here for the Galaxy S20 FE. And yeah, we'll read that later. You can see right here, we also do have a SIM card tool on the other side. Those are always useful when you're getting a new device. And over here is the cloud red device. Now, I'm an absolute sucker for red. You see the banner on the channel, and I absolutely love the red here for this Samsung Galaxy S20 FE. And it has that material kind of like the Note series, but not quite as high quality. It's more like a plastic, but still it's got that nice cloudy matte look to the back of it. Really do like that. Also, Samsung does pre-install a screen protector on here. And what's nice about this phone is that this phone right here is a flat screen. Yes, no curves on this one. So if you have to take the screen protector off, you can go ahead and do that and just install your own. But man, this red color, really just a fire emoji right now. So really do like that. USB-C right here, you can also see that it still has those nice curves around the back right here. If we get a little bit closer, you can see it still has those nice curves around the back, but on the front, again, a flat display, a really small punch hole as well on this device. And you can see we do have stereo sound there. Also notice though, there's no headphone jack on this one, so don't expect that. We do have our volume rockers right here and a power button right there. Pretty nice location. On the left side, basically nothing on this phone right here. And does say Samsung right there. Now, when it comes to that camera bump, not quite as thick as what you're going to find on something like the Note or the Z Fold 2. So very nice. I mean, this is a really nice offering. It does feel premium, even though it's a cheaper Samsung in the lineup. It still feels more premium than the A series. So you can see right here, just a Samsung pull card right there. And we'll see over here, we do have an adaptive fast charger in the box. This also can charge even faster if you get a bigger wattage charger, third party. Over here, we do have ourselves a charging cable. So charging cable, no headphones in the box, no case in the box, at least for this US shipped model. But it looks like we are gonna have color coded lettering on the box as well. So if you get a different color, it should have a different color on there. Going through the setup process though, it's gonna be typical Samsung stuff that you're used to. You're just gonna agree to the terms and conditions and just hit next. And then you'll just sign in with your Wi-Fi. We'll skip that for now. We're not gonna copy anything over. But you can go ahead and just see that it's going to be the same exact breeze through method that you'll do on the Samsung account, the Google account, just like you'll do on the other phones. So, all the Samsung services are here as well. We'll hit finish and we'll get into this device. Now, Again, having the flat display is going to be a treat for those of you who have been really against the curved displays. Even the regular Galaxy S20, which we're going to show next to it right here, still has a little bit of curvature going on there on the sides. Now, some people might think that's more premium, but some might prefer the flat display. In addition, this actually has a bigger screen than the original Galaxy S20, as you can see right there. And really, this phone is going to make the S20 a hard sell, I feel like. I mean, most people are going to have enough phone here in this Galaxy S20 FE. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the wallpapers. I always like doing that when we first boot up into a device. We'll take a look at what the FE offers, and you see, looks like they have a little bit of a different wallpaper for pretty much every color here. I like them. They're pretty neat, and I've said this before. I like how Samsung puts a different set of wallpapers on every different phone. Unlike the iPhone, you get basically the same wallpapers on every single iPhone. It's just a neat little touch that I like that Samsung does here for the device. Now, I'm going to go back to my wallpapers, and I also want to talk about the next thing, and that's that this display is a 120 hertz panel on here. So we can go to display, you can see motion smoothness goes to high. What's nice about this one is that it's not a 2K panel. This is a 1080p screen, and it can always run at that. So it's not like you're running the 120 hertz on the Note 20 Ultra and then you have to go back to 2K back down to 60. This one runs at 1080p anyway, so it doesn't really matter. You also have vivid modes, natural, and again, just having that 120 hertz is going to make this phone leagues better than some of the other devices just because they're not offering that 120 hertz panel. So Samsung's really stepping it up. They're not letting their phones look not as smooth anymore because this is really helping them out. Now, this does come out of the box with Android 10 version and One UI 2.5, and Samsung is promising really long updates for this, at least a few years. That's better than before. That's better than before than when they used to do like 2 years of updates. So that's pretty sweet. So this phone doesn't feel super light, but it does feel lighter than the bigger, devices in Samsung lineup, but it's still got a nice weight to it, 190 grams, so it doesn't feel super cheap. The back feels like a matte plastic. It's a nice matte feel. Again, it doesn't feel cheap. The sides having aluminum also make this phone feel pretty premium as well. I do like that. And the display has a 407 ppi density, so that's actually higher than the iPhone SE, and that's higher than some other devices that compete with this. So pretty nice here. Let's go to display, and we'll go over here to blue light filter. You can see we can do that. And also I want to mention that the storage on this phone is actually quite generous considering they're giving you 128 and expandable memory. You can expand the memory on this device as well. So this device has plenty of storage. Plus you can use cloud storage as you can do with basically any phone. And the last thing I want to talk about really quickly before we wrap up this first initial look at the Galaxy S20 FE is the cameras. So we do have a triple camera setup on the rear. It has an ultra wide, it has a regular wide, and a telephoto. And I can tell you, you're definitely going to be able to take some beautiful photos with this one. And I mean, really, Samsung knew what they were doing here. They're giving you 3x optical. They're giving you everything you would want out of a flagship with a good price. I'm really seeing the value here in this Samsung device. You can see 3x4, 16:9. We'll go over here in the settings and we'll take a look at the video modes you can do. So you can do on this phone 4K at up to 60. So they're not even skimping on the 4K 60. I mean, that's an area where they could have not given it to you. And even on the front, they're giving you 4K 60. Now, what are they taking out? 8K. But who is using 8K video right now? Basically no one. So, I mean, really, this is going to be just fine. You can also do pro video on here. And of course, you also get a night mode. I mean, this is a flagship phone through and through. It just doesn't have the same, ultra premium materials on it. It's just a little bit cheaper materials on the body, but man, I can see the value here. Samsung has knocked this one out of the park, especially if you like Galaxy devices. And we also have to mention a big battery on this phone. We're talking about a 4,500 milliamp hour battery for the Galaxy S20 Fan Edition. And again, 5G. So I think Samsung's got a pretty good competitor to the iPhone 12 right here in the Galaxy S20 5G FE. Look at that shine. Looks kind of orange in that reflection. And last thing I want to do is just quickly again show you the regular S20. I mean, I would never have paid for this Galaxy S20 if I seen this next to it at a cheaper price. I mean, I just can't really justify this smaller S20 at a higher price anymore, unless you really just want the regular S20, and then there's not much on offer here over this device. And this also does support fast charging, fast wireless charging, and reverse wireless charging. So they're not really skimping out on nothing. On top of that, you got all these other colors that you can choose from. So you're not limited to this red color right here. This was a great move, I feel like, from Samsung. I know that the name is a little bit strange, like what's FE, because people haven't heard that a lot, but this was a great move. I'm really feeling this phone so far. So you can see on first impressions, I'm really feeling it. And I'm really feeling it because I think it's great value. But it's going to be great value if you do a trade-in. I think at $700, it's still a little bit high. But I think if you just trade in a phone, get that $200 discount or whatever at $500, this is definitely a steal. Because unlike something like an iPhone SE, for example, the 2020 edition, this is giving you more like what $1,000 phone is giving you, whereas that's giving you more in the price range it is. It's making a lot of sacrifices. You don't see a lot of sacrifices with this S20 5G FE. Last thing I want to do is just zoom in and give you some more angles of the phone. I know you like to watch to see exactly what product you're getting here. You can see very nice camera setup. You can see it does shimmer a little bit in the light at the top right there. You can see we do have the SIM card tray and the micro SD, which will be there. Again, a flat screen. At the bottom, USB-C. You can see how the sides are more shiny than the back though, so the red doesn't perfectly match up, but it's a nice overall color. So that's it. That's the Galaxy S20 Fan Edition, 5G performance, and pretty much not really taking out any of the key specs you would want in a premier flagship device. So that's it. That's the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE 5G. Only cutting back on a few things, like not a 2K display. Yeah, maybe slightly less build quality. Feels more similar to the plasticky Note 20, but again, this isn't $1,000. Doesn't really cut out any of the main flagship features you want, and it has 120 Hertz. Let me know your thoughts on this one down below. I'm pretty happy about this overall package right here. If you guys want to see some speed tests, some camera comparisons, let me know which ones down below in the comments. I'll catch you all in the next episode. Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Be sure to be well, and peace.